Ladies, let's have some real talk for a second. Men might not say much, but trust me, they are paying attention. The moment you walk into a room, before you even speak, before you even sit down, 6 things have already been noticed, judged, and locked into memory. Confidence is one of the most powerful traits a person can have, and it is something that men notice instantly. It is not just about standing tall or speaking loudly. It's about the silent message you send when you walk into a room. Confidence is magnetic because it draws people in without you having to say a word. It communicates that you know who you are, that you are comfortable in your own skin, and that you are not afraid to take up space. People can sense it and they react to it. You've seen it before. Someone walks in, and even though they may not be the most attractive person in the room, all eyes are on them. That's not luck, and it's not coincidence. That's confidence doing the talking. When you are confident, you don't have to chase attention because attention comes to you naturally. You can feel the difference when you're around a confident person. They have this energy that says, I belong here and I have something to offer. Men notice that energy right away. They notice the way you walk. Are your shoulders back, head up, and steps purposeful, or do you shrink yourself, walking as if you hope no one sees you? That difference changes everything. Confidence makes a person appear more attractive, more trustworthy, and more capable. Confidence is also not about perfection. Many people think they have to look a certain way or achieve certain things before they can feel confident. But true confidence isn't waiting for you to be flawless. It comes from accepting who you are right now. That's what makes it magnetic. It is the quiet message that says, I'm okay with me. And that message is powerful. Men are drawn to women who seem comfortable in their own presence because it shows security. It tells them that you're not looking for someone to validate you, but that you're bringing value with you. There's also something deeply inspiring about confidence. When someone is unapologetically themselves, it gives others permission to be themselves too. Men notice when you carry yourself like you don't need approval, and it changes the entire dynamic of how they approach you. It's the difference between being seen as someone they have to impress versus someone they get to meet. But confidence is not arrogance. Arrogance pushes people away, but confidence invites them closer. It is warm, calm, and self-assured. It does not need to compete with others or tear them down to feel good. Instead, it uplifts the environment. That's why it is so noticeable. It feels good to be around confident people. Their presence makes you feel like the space is safer, more exciting, and more alive. If you want to radiate confidence, it starts with small things. Practice walking with intention. Maintain eye contact. Smile genuinely. Speak clearly and don't rush through your words. Take care of your appearance, not to please anyone else, but to show that you respect yourself. And perhaps most importantly, work on your inner dialogue. The way you talk to yourself will either fuel your confidence or drain it. Replace self-criticism with encouragement. The more you do it, the more natural confidence will feel. When you carry yourself with confidence, you change how others see you, how they treat you, and even how opportunities show up in your life. Men notice it immediately because it is rare, powerful, and unforgettable. And once you understand how magnetic confidence truly is, you won't just walk into a room, you'll own it. Your smile is one of the most powerful tools you have, and most people don't even realize how much it communicates before they say a single word. A smile is more than just a facial expression. It is an energy, a signal that tells the world who you are and how you feel in that moment. Men notice a smile instantly because it is disarming, welcoming, and full of unspoken meaning. When you smile, you give off a message that says, I am approachable, I am open, and I am comfortable. It breaks the ice without saying a single syllable. A genuine smile has the ability to put people at ease, and it can turn a regular introduction into a memorable encounter. What makes a smile so powerful is its honesty. A real smile cannot be faked. People can tell the difference between a forced grin and a smile that comes from the heart. A genuine smile lights up your whole face. Your eyes squint a little, your cheeks rise, and there's a softness about you that draws people closer. Men notice that difference right away. They are not just looking at the curve of your lips. They are feeling the warmth behind it. A fake smile, on the other hand, feels stiff and empty. It might check the box of politeness, but it does not create connection. That is why a real, unguarded smile leaves such a strong impression. Your smile also has the power to change the entire atmosphere around you. Think about how it feels when you see someone smiling as they walk into a room. The whole place feels lighter. People instinctively relax. Your smile sets the tone for how others will interact with you. Men notice this because they are often looking for signals that tell them whether it is safe to approach or start a conversation. A smile is that green light. It's like saying, I see you and I'm okay with you being here. There is also a confidence that comes with smiling freely. When you smile, you are not hiding. You are showing that you are comfortable enough to let your guard down. That kind of authenticity is rare and it is magnetic. It tells the world that you are not waiting for something to go right in order to feel good. You are creating that good feeling yourself. Men notice this because it shows emotional strength. A woman who can smile even on tough days is someone who has learned to control her energy rather than let her circumstances control her. Another beautiful thing about a smile is that it is contagious. When you smile at someone, they almost always smile back, even if it's just a little. That simple exchange can shift someone's whole mood. It can turn a stranger into a friend, a dull moment into a light one, and a first impression into a lasting memory. Men notice not just the smile itself, but the effect it has on the space around you. If you want to use the power of your smile, make it intentional. Don't just save it for when you feel happy. Practice smiling when you greet people, when you pass someone on the street, or even when you look in the mirror. It is a small gesture with a big impact. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and the more others will respond to you with warmth. When you understand how much your smile communicates, you will never underestimate it again. It is a silent introduction, a spark of connection, and a reflection of your inner world. Men notice it instantly because it speaks louder than words, and it can say, I'm confident, I'm kind, and I'm unforgettable without you ever opening your mouth. Attitude is something you cannot hide, no matter how hard you try. It walks into the room before you do, and it speaks louder than any words you will ever say. People, especially men, notice your attitude instantly because it is expressed through everything. Your body language, the look in your eyes, the tone of your voice, and the energy you give off. You might think you are staying quiet and keeping to yourself, but your attitude is already telling the world what kind of person you are. It is the invisible signal that says whether you are open or closed, warm or cold, inviting or unapproachable. What makes attitude so powerful is that it cannot be faked for long. You might be able to put on a nice smile or say polite words, but if your attitude is negative, it will leak out through subtle expressions and actions. People pick up on it quickly. Men in particular can sense whether you are bringing positive energy into the space or whether you are carrying bitterness, anger, or frustration. This is why it is so important to pay attention to the attitude you bring everywhere you go. You may not be able to control every situation that happens to you, but you can control how you choose to respond, and that choice becomes your attitude. A positive attitude is like a magnet. It attracts good conversations, better opportunities, and more meaningful connections. When you walk into a room with a smile, good posture, and an open heart, people feel it. You become someone they want to talk to, someone they want to know more about. Men notice the difference immediately. A positive attitude makes you approachable and easy to be around. It signals that you are someone who can find solutions instead of just complaining about problems, someone who looks for joy even in ordinary moments. On the other hand, a negative attitude can shut doors before they even open. If you come across as irritated, defensive, or dismissive, people will back away. They may not even know why. They just feel the heaviness in the air. A bad attitude can make even the most beautiful person look uninviting. It is not always about saying mean things or being openly rude. Sometimes it is just the energy of annoyance, boredom, or disinterest that makes people keep their distance. Men notice that too, and it often keeps them from approaching, no matter how much they might have wanted to. Having the right attitude doesn't mean being fake or pretending to be happy all the time. It means choosing to carry yourself in a way that lifts the space around you rather than drags it down. It means showing resilience when things don't go your way, keeping your composure under pressure, and refusing to let negativity control your mood. That is the kind of attitude that people remember, the kind that inspires trust and respect. Your attitude also reveals a lot about your character. The way you react to small inconveniences, the way you treat people who can't do anything for you, and the way you handle challenges all show what you are made of. Men notice when you stay calm in frustrating moments, or when you choose kindness even when you are having a bad day. That kind of strength stands out because it is rare. If you want to radiate the right attitude, start with gratitude. Focus on what is good rather than what is missing. Speak with kindness, even in small interactions. Practice finding humor in uncomfortable situations and reminding yourself that everything you face is temporary. The more you choose to control your attitude, the more your life will reflect that choice. When you bring the right attitude, you not only change how others see you, but also how you see yourself. Men notice it instantly because it affects how they feel when they are around you. A great attitude doesn't just make you attractive, it makes you unforgettable. The way you treat others says more about you than almost anything else. Kindness is one of the most powerful and revealing traits a person can have, and it does not go unnoticed. People watch how you interact with those around you, especially those who cannot do anything for you in return. Men notice instantly how you treat the waiter, the cashier, the janitor, or the delivery driver. They see whether you say thank you, whether you are patient, whether you make eye contact, and whether you treat every person with dignity. These little moments reveal the truth about your character far more than the words you use to describe yourself. Kindness is not weakness. Some people think being kind means being a pushover, but that is not true. Kindness is strength under control. It is choosing respect when it would be easier to ignore someone, choosing compassion when you could choose judgment, and choosing to lift someone up when you could easily stay indifferent. That choice is powerful, and it creates a ripple effect. When you treat people well, you change their day, sometimes even their life, and you also change the energy you bring into every room. Men notice kindness because it shows them what kind of partner, friend, or teammate you would be. If you can show respect to strangers, it is likely that you will show respect to them in the long run. If you can be patient with a slow waiter, it shows that you have emotional control and grace under pressure. These qualities are attractive because they represent stability. A person who treats everyone with kindness is someone who can be trusted. The opposite is also true. When someone is rude, dismissive, or entitled toward others, it sends a loud message. You can be polite to a man you are trying to impress, but if he sees you snap at a waitress or roll your eyes at a clerk, he will remember it. It tells him that your kindness is conditional, that it only shows up when it benefits you. That is a red flag that men notice instantly, and it can outweigh any positive impression they might have had. Kindness also builds confidence and charisma. People who are genuinely kind radiate warmth. They make others feel safe and respected. They are the ones who light up a room, not because they are the loudest or the flashiest, but because they make everyone feel seen. That kind of energy is magnetic. Men are drawn to it because it feels good to be around someone who spreads good energy rather than tension. Another important thing to understand is that kindness is not just about being polite. It is about empathy. It is about slowing down enough to consider how another person might feel. It is about giving a word of encouragement, offering a smile, or choosing not to judge someone who is having a hard day. Those moments matter People may forget the exact words you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. If you want to practice kindness, start by being intentional in small interactions. Say hello to the security guard, thank the barista by name, hold the door open for someone behind you, and smile at the stranger who looks tired. These little acts do not cost anything, but they pay off in ways you cannot imagine. They not only make other people's day better, they make you feel better too. Men notice kindness instantly because it is rare and refreshing. It shows maturity, strength, and emotional intelligence. When you carry yourself with kindness, you become memorable. You leave people better than you found them, and that kind of impression is hard to forget. Style is one of the first things people notice, and it is far more than just the clothes you wear. It is a reflection of the effort you put into yourself, the pride you take in your appearance, and in the message you want the world to receive when they see you. Men notice style instantly, not necessarily because they are experts in fashion, but because it tells them a story about you before you even speak. It says whether you value yourself enough to present your best version, whether you are intentional about how you show up, and whether you are confident in the skin you are in. Style does not have to mean expensive clothes, designer bags, or the latest trends. It is not about trying to impress anyone. True style is about looking put together, clean, and aligned with who you are. It is about choosing outfits that fit you well, reflect your personality, and make you feel comfortable and confident. Men notice the difference between someone who threw on whatever was lying around and someone who took the time to make sure they look presentable. That effort speaks volumes. It shows respect for yourself and respect for the space you are stepping into. Style is also about the little details. The way your hair is brushed, the neatness of your shoes, the subtlety of your accessories. These are things that might seem small, but they add up to a big impression. You don't have to overthink every detail, but when you are intentional, people can see it. Men notice if you look polished, if you smell fresh, if your clothes are clean and ironed. These small signs of effort say that you care enough about yourself to invest time in your appearance. That level of care is attractive because it reflects self-respect and discipline. When you take pride in your style, it also changes how you feel about yourself. The right outfit can boost your confidence, improve your posture, and even change your mood. You walk differently when you feel good about how you look. You carry yourself with more assurance. That inner shift is what people really notice. Men can tell when you feel comfortable in your own skin because your energy becomes more open, approachable, and magnetic. At the same time, style should never be about trying to be someone you're not. Authenticity matters. The goal is not to copy someone else's look, but to discover what feels right for you. Your style should reflect your personality, whether it's bold and vibrant, classic and elegant, or relaxed and casual. Men notice when someone's style feels authentic because it matches the energy they give off. There is nothing more attractive than someone who is unapologetically themselves. Another important thing to remember is that style evolves as you do. What you wore 5 years ago might not feel right for the person you are today. That's okay. Growth is part of life. Updating your style to match where you are now is a sign of self-awareness. It shows that you are willing to adapt, to invest in yourself, and to keep becoming the best version of you. When you step out into the world, you are telling a silent story about yourself. Your style is part of that story, and it speaks before you say a single word. Men notice it instantly because it tells them how much you value yourself, how much effort you put into your life, and what kind of presence you bring to the table. You don't need to be perfect or glamorous. You just need to be intentional. When you do that, your style becomes a reflection of your confidence, your self-respect, and your unique personality, and that is unforgettable. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you possess, and it leaves an impression long after your words are spoken. The sound of your voice, the tone you use, the way you deliver your thoughts, all of it tells a story about who you are. Men notice this immediately because your voice communicates more than just information. It communicates confidence, warmth, attitude, and energy. Long before they analyze what you said, they feel how you said it. Your voice is a reflection of your inner state, and it has the ability to draw people in or push them away. A calm, clear, and warm voice signals confidence. It tells the world that you are sure of yourself, that you believe in what you are saying, and that you are comfortable expressing it. When you speak with this kind of assurance, people are naturally more inclined to listen. Men notice when your voice carries that sense of calm strength because it feels safe and trustworthy. On the other hand, a voice that is rushed, overly loud, or harsh can create tension. It can make others feel uneasy, even if you did not mean to send that message. Your tone matters just as much as your words. You can say something kind, but if your tone is sharp or dismissive, it won't feel kind. Likewise, you can deliver constructive feedback, but if your tone is warm and respectful, it will be well received. Men pick up on these subtleties very quickly. They notice whether your voice is uplifting and approachable or whether it carries negativity, impatience, or sarcasm. These little cues shape the way they interpret everything you say. Your voice is also a reflection of your emotional state. When you are excited, it becomes more lively. When you are sad, it becomes softer. When you are angry, it becomes sharper. Men notice these shifts instantly, and they often respond to your energy before they even process your words. This is why being intentional with your tone is so powerful. It allows you to influence the emotional atmosphere of any conversation. You can bring calm to a tense moment just by slowing down your speech and softening your tone. You can inspire confidence in others by speaking with clarity and conviction. Another thing your voice communicates is respect. Men notice when you let them finish their thoughts, when you listen actively, and when your responses show that you were truly present in the conversation. They notice when your voice carries patience instead of frustration, curiosity instead of judgment. This kind of communication makes them feel heard, and feeling heard is one of the most powerful ways to build trust and connection. Your voice also carries your unique personality, and that is something to be proud of. The rhythm, pitch, and flow of your words are part of what makes you unforgettable. Some people try to change their voice to sound like someone else, but the real power is in embracing your natural tone and learning to use it with confidence. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You just need to speak in a way that is genuine and clear. If you want to make your voice leave the right impression, practice slowing down and being intentional. Breathe before you speak. Choose words carefully and speak in a way that matches the energy you want to create. If you want to inspire, let your voice carry enthusiasm. If you want to comfort, let it carry gentleness. If you want to command respect, let it carry calm strength. Your voice has the power to open doors, build relationships, and leave lasting memories. Men notice it instantly because it tells them whether you are confident, approachable, kind, and trustworthy. When you understand the impact of your voice and use it with purpose, you don't just talk. You influence, inspire, and leave an impression that stays long after the conversation ends.